Yeah. We in the house. It's Kendall with Lawnbot in the house. Ooh, we got some royalty-free music. That's the key with these live streams. They got to be royalty-free. They get you pretty hard, too, by the way. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Lawnbot Live. My name's Kendall Hines, co-founder, CEO, Lawnbot. If you don't know who we are, we have developed a very cool technology to allow green industry businesses, specifically lawn care companies, irrigation companies, pest control companies, pretty much all companies in the green industry are able to use our software to sell their services online. So we realized that, hey, in today's world, we have something super painful in our industry still. If our leads want to sign up for our services, they have to talk to a human. And we think that that shouldn't be the case. So that's what our team works on every day. We come to work and think of solutions about, hey, how can we sell our services online? How can we help the owners in the green industry sell their services online? And today, I'd like to show you our product. Our product has been in the works for the last year. We've been constantly iterating on the product, constantly making it better. And today I'm going to take you through a live demo of Lawnbot. So if you're okay with it, I will now share my screen, and we're going to take you right through the product and show you Lawnbot Live in a live demo. We get a lot of people booking personal live demos, and we'll still definitely do that, but we thought, hey, what better way? We'll just do a live stream, live demo Friday. We used to do it a lot, and then we started doing Lawnbot Live, which we're still doing. However, we thought with the kind of ramping down, especially here in the north, even the south too is ramping down a little bit. Right now would be a good time to do a live demo for the community. So awesome. So here is a mocked up page. So everybody asks, hey, Kendall, how do we hook up Lawnbot to our website? Well, we have a few different ways of doing that. The main way that people hook up Lawnbot to their website is right now, mostly every business has a contact form on your website. So that and here's the thing is homeowners actually, they're used to looking for that contact form when requesting a quote. So naturally, we want to hook up your online ordering system, right, your online store, to your contact form where they're actually going to have a chance to, see a proposal and become a customer. So that's the main way that we hook up Lawnbot to your website. However, we are working on a lightbox feature right now that your web team or whoever does your website is actually going to be able to make Lawnbot fire and trigger based on the click of a button, the click of a picture, the click of a link. It's going to be so cool. We're super pumped about it. But this is the main way that customers are currently connecting Lawnbot to their website. So I'll take you through the live demo here, and we'll show you exactly from a customer's perspective what the homeowner sees. So obviously, homeowner goes to your website. They want to get a quote. They're already doing this right now, right? They're probably entering their information, right? Name, address, phone number, email. Typically, most businesses ask for that contact info, right? Because we want to be able to contact them. And we'll enter some fake email address here. All right. And a fake phone number. Awesome. So at this point, I filled out the form. Just pretend this is the form on your website. There's one big difference here, okay? It's not your typical thank you. Somebody's going to call you sometime soon. Maybe they won't. Who knows? They're going to land right on your Lawnbot, okay? And we see this as the most effective implementation because within seconds of me clicking on this button, I'm going to see a picture of my house. And I think that's the key. We got to set hooks. You got to keep people engaged. You got to keep them moving down the process. If you're on the stream right now and you're interested, drop any questions or comments in the comments, and I can answer them for you live. Otherwise, if you're watching this after the fact, I can always respond to it in the threads as well. So at this point, I'm going to click Get My Instant Quote. Within seconds, I'm going to land, boom, right on the instant quoting system. So in this case, I'm using Lawn Doctor here in Grand Rapids. Many of you know he's actually my brother. Go figure, right? So he better be using Lawnbot, and he uses Lawnbot in his business. So within seconds, that lead is landing, boom, right on your instant quoting software. And you know, a big thing about Lawnbot is the custom branding. So we actually go in, we take your logos, we even do your own little avatar image. And that's kind of part of the setup when you come on board with Lawnbot is we want to know your logos, your value-add images, pictures of the team, pictures of the trucks. We really want your system to feel like your system. Your customers don't know who Lawnbot is. The only people who know who Lawnbot is are the green industry professionals that subscribe to our platform, right? So think of us as the engine behind everything here. So the client lands here within seconds. They're seeing a picture of their house, a street view if there's one available, and we ask them to confirm the address. Reason for that is in case there's any typos, right? On the previous screen, I could have like entered a digit wrong or anything like that. We want to confirm the address to make sure that, hey, we're looking at the right property. And now we reach the point in the conversation where these are the service categories. So in Lawnbot, you're able to sell as many service categories as you'd like. Now, I typically recommend keep it 6 to 8, just to keep it nice and simple. You don't want to overwhelm somebody with 23 service categories. But what we're seeing here is think about, you might have a few different fertilizing programs. That would be one service category, right? You might have 3 different FERT programs under one service category. Or for mosquito, you might have a Labor Day program that runs, obviously, Labor Day to Memorial Day. But you might have a 12 application mosquito program. And then lawn seeding, you might have different types of lawn seeding. You might be doing slice seeding. You might be doing power seeding. You might be doing core aeration and overseeding, depending on that user's need, right? So we're able to sell multiple different lines of service through your Lawnbot, depending on how you currently run your business. So you see here the client just selects what service categories they're interested in, so that's super fun. And we try to make it just super simple, super intuitive. Try to keep it really interactive. What you're seeing right now is on desktop, but we built mobile first. So if you're on a phone, it's obviously, beautiful on a phone. That's really important to us. So to keep it simple, let's click on fertilizer and weed control. And now this is where we're going to measure our lawn. So this is the point in the flow where you're like, well, okay, that's great. Well, how do I get the square footage? Well, in Lawnbot, we actually have the homeowner measure their lawn. And we're not doing the whole points and lines thing where it's all confusing. I mean, you got to think, this homeowner doesn't do this every day. They're not a geospatial engineer. They're not a lawn care operator. So they probably won't be very good at the points and lines. However, what could they do? They probably could color in their lawn. And that's exactly what we've built in. So at this point, they could color in their driveway if it's snow plowing. They could color in the mulch beds, maybe if we're selling some sort of mulch program. It's pretty flexible of what we could have the instructions do. But let's say I'm going to color in my lawn here, and I only want the front and sides done. I'm one of those guys like, hey, let's do the front yard this year, and we'll work on the backyard later on. What we've noticed in Georgia is a lot of the Georgia companies, there's a lot of front and side sales down there in the South. And I think that's because, from what they tell me, multiple turf types between the front and the back. So I think that's a really exciting thing here about Lawnbot is it has the ability to do that. You know, we're not using Zillow by and large anymore. We don't need to. We have the measuring tool now. So at this point, we'll go ahead and click Save. And boom, hey, oops, does your estimate look right? We've built in image recognition into Lawnbot to say, hey, is this correct? And by the way, we're only going to service the colored in areas. So we ask the client to confirm this is true. In this case, the image recognition detected that the whole lawn wasn't colored in. We do that in various different ways, and if you want me to buy you coffee and let's talk about that, more than happy to do it. Very complicated with how we do that, but there is image recognition built in there, and it's only getting better. So at this point, they can either continue coloring and finish their drawing or submit estimate. Click on Submit Estimate, and boom. Cool part about this is this image is actually saved, so is the square footage. So if your team ever needs to go back to this, you guys have full access to this via the Lawnbot Dashboard, or if you're utilizing our Real Green integration, it would be in the Diagram Docs tab under the customer record that's created during this process. And we'll go through the Lawnbot Dashboard here in a second, but at this point, would you like to get an instant quote or customize your program? We call this the fork in the road. Now, we're serving two types of buyers here. We're serving the type of buyer that's like, hey, dude, like, how much is it? And we're serving the type of buyer that needs a more hand-holding process. Maybe they've used multiple companies, and they really want to get it right this time. So we're going to go down the Customize My Quote path. Customize My Quote actually will pull probing questions for the indicated service categories picked up here. So maybe if it's mowing, maybe you're asking, hey, is there a locked gate? How wide is the gate? Those are the types of probing questions that we can customize for your business into your Lawnbot. If it's fertilizer weed control, we have some best practice Customize My Quote for fertilizer weed control. So have you been doing the lawn yourself or having another company take care of the lawn? Well, I do it myself, hired another company. I just moved in. Let's see, I hired another company. And we took this script right from our sales team, my old sales team that we used that was lights out on the phone when we're talking to customers. That's awesome. Glad to hear you're taking pride in the lawn, Mrs. Jones. Believe it or not everybody cares about their yard like you. What are you looking for that your current company's not providing? Customer service, better quality, better pricing. It's like, why are you coming to us, right? Like, what's prompting you to call us today? And we're going to ask them to rate the lawn. What's the happiness with your lawn? The coolest part about these probing questions, obviously, is they can affect what's recommended in the checkout. So let's say they pick patchy. Well, maybe we recommend the generic 6-step program plus an aeration and seeding in the checkout as an upsell because we know that if it's patchy or thin, well, they probably need some seeding done, right? Fertilizer is not going to fix their issues. We've tried to digitize the traditional over-the-phone process with a lot of companies. What's the biggest issue you have in the lawn, Mrs. Jones? Is it broadleaf weeds, stubborn weeds, grubs, crabgrass, disease, shade? These can all be customized. And in Colorado, they have a mite damage issue out there. So our one of our customers in Colorado actually puts a little picture of mites, and you can do mite damage. So depending on the agronomic part of the country you're in, we can actually customize the probing questions to match your market, which is pretty fun. So click broadleaf weeds, and now we're going to crunch all the data, and we're going to dump the customer here in the checkout, and they'll have an opportunity to sign up and become a customer. So boom, client lands in the checkout here, and boom, here's the recommended program. So in the north here, this is our test account as well, but in the north here, they don't service year round. Typically, a lot of companies in the cool season to mid transitional zones, they stop servicing come October, November, December, just depending on where they fall at in that zone. And typically, they don't service year round. So what's cool about Lawnbot is we can actually look at your skip after dates, and as the year moves on, it will sell less and less treatments, so that it's pretty much set it and forget it once we set up your skip after dates. That being said, we can change skip after dates, which we absolutely had to do this year for a lot of clients with Corona and COVID. They said, especially in Michigan, they couldn't start servicing till after May, and we had to push back everybody's skip after dates. So kind of threw a monkey wrench in it, but our system's nice because we can edit those things kind of on the fly. And that's what you get with Lawnbot. You get a team. So if any changes are required, we're here for you. So you see here we've programmed in 2 payment options. We've programmed in prepay and pay-as-you-go. So we have the ability to offer prepay, not offer prepay. We can do installments. We can do pay-as-you-go. We can do auto pay. We can do prepay and save. Many different payment options that we can do. And you might say, okay, Kendall, well, what about upsells? We do a lot of upsells. We want to upsell our customers. Great, we do too. And here's where the upsells can show up. They show up below the fold, and the client can just simply add upsells. Now, I want to bring your attention to something else that we've added since maybe some of you guys have seen the product. We now have the ability to run different offers and promotions. So you can see here, this company is running half off the first treatment of a mosquito spray, and a lot of companies do this. They do half off the first app, or $24.95 for the first app, and then a normal price after that. We've built that into Lawnbot. So it's kind of built by lawn care people for lawn care folks, green industry folks, I should say. And we're able to sell multiple different types of offers through here as well. So you see it's doing the math in real time. It's all of these program descriptions and program names are customizable. During your onboarding and setup, you tell us exactly how you want those to appear in the checkout to your prospective customers, and we customize your bot to match that. Let's see here. Brady Schroeder in the house. We have a question in. Aaron Donnelly says, how does the image recognition do with tree cover? We get this question so much, Aaron. So what we see a lot with Lawnbot is that homeowners actually know their lawn better than anybody else. Now, here's the thing. If it's the Amazon rainforest and you can't even see the damn house, obviously it's going to be a little difficult to measure the lawn. Most of the cases, I would say 95+%, homeowners are able to get an accurate square footage based on the image. That being said, we're looking at updating mapping sources as we speak. We're super excited about that. We think it's going to take the product to the next level. But Aaron, to your point, if it's the Amazon rainforest and your employee in the office can't measure the lawn, the homeowner's not going to be able to do that, just as if your employee in the office wouldn't be able to. But what we see, though, however, is we see a lot of sales come through, even in new construction neighborhoods, where the house isn't built yet, but the lot is there, and we obviously land them on the lot, and the homeowner can actually color in the lot without the house, so they know where the house is going to be, and they don't color in the area where the house is going to be, but they color in the lawn, and people are signing up for service that way. It's awesome. And we think that's because that homeowners know their lawn better than anybody, right? They live there. They pour a cup of coffee every morning, and they know exactly where that planter bed is in the back right corner where they don't need to color in. So we see many, many examples of that on Lawnbot, whether it's a new construction or there's heavy tree cover. We see many, many cases where homeowners are able to actually color it in better than your office staff, because I've seen it even myself. Talking to a customer over the phone, I overmeasure, undermeasure, because I don't know their property like they do. They know where that shed is. They know where the planter bed is. They know where all of those kind of things are that don't need to be serviced. So we believe, and I think there's a lot of people that agree with us now that based on our growth, but we believe that, the time savings of having to drive out to that lawn and drive back versus waking up and there's sales in your inbox is worth any kind of maybe plus or minus on that property, especially no commission, no labor involved in that sale, right? So back to the demo here. So the client lands here, hey, I'm ready to sign up. They enter their credit card number, and that credit card information is tokenized. Depending on the payment method that you want to utilize in your bot, we offer 3 different payment methods. Number 1 is the credit card vault. Number 2 is Real Green payment processing, which if you're a Real Green customer, we're in the home stretch of finishing that integration, and you'll be able to use Real Green payment processing with Lawnbot. So we're super excited about that. And 3 would be Stripe. So you either do the credit card vault, Real Green payment processing, or Stripe. So 3 great options. The credit card vault allows you to retrieve this credit card data and set it up within your own with your own current processor. So that's super exciting. You don't have to go get a new payment processor or anything. And we have a good saying here at Lawnbot, and that's a sale's not made until you get that credit card number. Until then, it's just a quote. And what's the point in just giving quotes to the world? And I want to speak to something as well. There's somebody with a video on YouTube. It says, should I use an instant quoting tool in my business? And I agree, you probably shouldn't use an instant quoting tool. You should use an instant sales platform, an e-commerce platform to allow you to sell your services online. A sale isn't made until you get the credit card information. And that's what we're doing with Lawnbot here is we're facilitating the sale. We're allowing you to make that sale. So, and that doesn't happen until we get the credit card information. So we're always thinking about how to optimize this. We have tons of analytics on the back end where we're tracking, hey, how many people got to the pricing? How many people, clicked on this button down here that says, I need to think about it? We've built in the ability to do objections. So let's say they need to think about it. Okay, Mrs. Jones, I understand you need to think about it, but what specifically do you need to think about? Do you need to think about the price, the product, the people? What's your objection? So we can actually program in different objections and different rebuttals based on your business. So if you use the best organic fertilizers, we can communicate that value to the client with our objections and rebuttals section here. So let's see here. Boom. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm ready to go. You'd be surprised at how many people click, I need to think about it. They read the objection, and then they land back in the checkout. We have analytic data on that, and it's super surprising to see and watch it come in. Aaron says, can you set up minimum charges to this? Absolutely. Each bot is customized to your business. So during the setup process, you're sending us price sheets. You're sending us minimum square footages that you'd like to quote to, maximum square footages that you'd like to quote to. And your price sheets are based on your own business. So you can set a minimum price and then let's say a lot of companies like to use, $40 up to 5,000 square feet. And then for every 1,000 square feet after that, it's going to be $1.50 or whatever it is. So we're able to actually program this to match the exact way you would sell in your own business. So on the Lawnbot side, that's pretty much most of it there. So I'm going to take you through the Lawnbot dashboard now. Each Lawnbot company gets access to the Lawnbot dashboard. This is your hub. This is where everything lives. This is where you see all of the analytic data. This is where you see the chats and the leads and the sales and the amount of revenue that you've sold this year. All of that good stuff. So this is a test account that we have mocked up, and we just launched the dashboard about a month and a half ago, and we've already been getting great feedback, great results. First thing, with any software product, the most important thing is support, and I want to talk about that with Lawnbot here. I probably need to show my screen to the right screen here. Let me. I'll take you over to the dashboard. Chrome tab, dashboard. Boom. Beautiful. So here is the Lawnbot dashboard. So with each. What we just looked at was the client front end, right? The homeowner front end, what the homeowner sees, their experience. But from the back end perspective, what does the back end perspective look like? What is your team seeing? And this is what your team gets to look at. Your team has a full analytics here. They get to see how much has been quoted for each service category and how much has been sold in each service category. We throw the activity on a graph here so you can look at the activity. Sales breakdown so we can see what you're selling the most of. And we have feeds for each different category here. So if you want to see all of your chats and all of your sales in one spot, you click on all of your chats there. Boom. Here's all of the chats here in a feed. The most recent ones will appear at the top. So you can always look here and see, maybe Mrs. Jones just went through your instant quoting tool and now she's on the phone. Well, your team has a login to this. You guys have full access to this. You can search by last name, by property address, by phone number. You're able to search by all that stuff. You can filter down to sales. So if I want to see all my sales, and we go ahead and throw it all on a map for you. Why is this important? Well, typically in the lawn care industry, you market by zip code. Maybe you service just the north part of town, but you're starting to get a lot of leads in the south part of town. Well, it's always fun and interesting. I could look at this list and probably derive some consistency from the list. What's happening, what's showing up consistently. But if I could just throw it all on a map, well, now I can look at a map and at a moment's glance see what's going on out there. So let me pull up this test address here. This is a test record, an example of a test record of what your team would see. You got the client's name, address, phone number, email. These are all click to call, click to email. You can click on this image and blow it up full screen. By the way, you can copy this image and drop it into Captivated and text it to your client, or you could email it to them, copy paste into an email, or you could even save it to your desktop. If you utilize the Real Green integration, it's being saved to the Diagram Docs tab. Also, if you utilize the Real Green integration, there's this awesome Open in Real Green button that we're working on as well, where you'll be able to click that button, and then that account opens up in SA5. So there's no logging into SA5 and having to type in an address. So we're trying to really make companies' lives easier, right? As easy as possible, as easy as we can, right, in today's world. And allow you to bring your business online in the most frictionless way possible. What you'll notice down here is we also have a Google Street View. So you can drop this little dude down here in the map, and your team can look at the house that the drawing was done in. So boom, there's the measure it image of what they colored in. They measured, let's see here, they measured 2,800 square feet. And then your team can look at this street view here. Like, is this an accurate measure it image? Do we need to go back to that client and say, hey, actually, you missed an area and it's actually going to be another $10 to $15 or whatever it is. Very rarely does that happen, but sometimes possibly it might come up. User feedback. So, hey, do you have a locked gate? How would you like to be notified? Text message, that kind of thing. So this is an example of what a record would look like. Let's say they don't buy, right? Let's say they're not ready to sign up. Let's say they close their checkout and they're not ready to become a customer yet. Well, that's where you can look at here. Let's open up the chat details, and it has exactly what they colored in, what they were quoted for each of the programs that they were interested in. So your team has the full pricing breakdown, total service amount with tax, prepay amount, after prepay. And again, you have the street view image right here, the quoted time, estimated square footage, and again, the Open in Real Green button. So some questions we get about the Real Green integration that we have is, well, what happens if there's already a record in there? And what we've realized is there's a lot of duplicate addresses in a lot of customers' databases. So right now is, first we look at, hey, is there an address that matches the same address that's coming through Lawnbot? And if there is, we ask Real Green, well, how many addresses are there? Because some companies have 3 or 4 addresses sometimes for that address. Obviously, that's super complicated from a computer standpoint. How is that computer going to be able to determine which address is the correct address? You might have the same address in multiple statuses. I know that to be true because we did at my company. Things get messy, right? Maybe an admin didn't know how to use the system properly, and just over time, your data is not clean. Well, if there's multiple addresses in that response data, we go ahead and create a new clean one. And we can also create a flag code. And by the way, in your system, Lawnbot is an employee, so you'll be able to filter by your data by Lawnbot and by those flag codes. So we've tried to think of every avenue possible to make that integration the cleanest it can be, and we're continuing to make it better and better and better based on the feedback from our clients. So that's a look at the dashboard a little bit of exactly, hey, what's going on. We've got this awesome welcome to the dashboard. And another thing I want to draw attention to is our support. With any software product, when you look at it in the green industry, support is important. Support is the thing that is going to help your company utilize the product to maximum effectiveness. And what we've done with Lawnbot is we've built in the ability for your team to chat directly with our team in real time. So from the Lawnbot dashboard, you can chat our team with any questions you have about any accounts, any questions that you might have. Hey, this person just got quoted, and it's looks like the prepay percentage needs to be updated. You could type that in here, and you're directly connected with our support staff. So we have 3 to 4 people always monitoring this to make sure that we're as responsive as possible. What's cool about this is you could drop screenshots in, and this live chat feature, a lot of customers are actually utilizing this. Hey, can you help me create a login for this new employee? Or can you change the security access for this employee? So you notice here from the settings section, you can actually provision multiple employees. You can provision different user access. We've tried to make this as simple as possible for our customers. And with this product, we are building a knowledge base. So you'll see here, you can click on this little search icon, click on Open Up Help Desk, and you're going to be taken to our help desk. So I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. Our help desk has all of our let me see here, all of the articles that we write. So what the help desk is, here it is basically every time that we have a situation come up in Lawnbot and it continues to come up, we write an article for it. And that's what you'll see here. So you'll be able to link to all of our Lawnbot Live episodes. If you're a new customer going live, you'll be able to get any documentation around going live and easy step-by-step instructions, and they usually accompany a video on exactly what that topic's discussing. We also got feedback on this, and help desk knowledge base is very important to customers in their teams to be able to go to one spot and be able to get data. Maybe so they can just get the data right away. Maybe it's something that you could be, that could be answered without having to contact support. We think that's essential for a software product. So see here, there's an article on how to add team members to the Lawnbot dashboard. Boom, 4 steps and a video to go along with it. The videos aren't some 15-minute crazy thing. It's just a 2-minute video on how to do whatever the task is. There's a payment section, so if you have any questions on payments, here's an awesome one on you made a sale, now what, right? You made a sale, now what with screenshots. So we detail that. So we think it's a pretty awesome thing. We're super pumped about it, and so are our customers. So with that, that is Lawnbot from top to bottom, from the customer's perspective, from the company's perspective. Anything that you guys would need to know about Lawnbot, that's exactly what we share on the live demos. So when you book a live demo with your team, that's exactly what, our sales team, whether it's me or Steve Page, that we take you through, and we show you Lawnbot firsthand from top to bottom. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We've included our link to our website in this post, and I want to make sure we invite everybody to, let's see here, the 2021 marketing report and webinar. No, the 2021 marketing report and webinar, the No BS Guide to Dominating Digital in 2021. We are pumped about this. We are so excited. There's over 100 people that have subscribed to the webinar so far. So we're actually moving it to Google Meet has this new function I just found out about, where we can actually stream the webinar to 100,000 people. So now there's no limit. We've opened the limit from 100 people, and there's unlimited amounts of seats to the webinar. So if you and your whole team want to attend, don't be shy. Be sure to register. That way you get the link to the webinar on the day of. We're going to text people and email them the day of and the day before. That way you have the exact link you need to attend this webinar. This webinar is going to be sick, okay? We're going to talk about tons of exciting new things going on in the digital space. We're going to talk about Google My Business, how important Google My Business is to your business. It's overlooked a lot of times, and we're gonna dive deep into that. We're gonna talk about Facebook advertising. We're gonna talk about Nextdoor. Nextdoor could single-handedly be the best opportunity for your business in 2021. And if you haven't looked at it, we're gonna look at it next week, November 6th, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The 2021 Marketing Report and Webinar, the No BS Guide to Dominating Digital. You're not going to want to miss it. This is completely free. This is completely just us trying to give back, me trying to give back, actually. I was up late one night working, and I thought about, how I grew my first business so quickly, and I thought about more people need to hear that story and need to implement those tactics to grow their business. So in parallel to that, I found out that Google actually has a I started talking into the computer, and I think we have an awesome ebook and a webinar coming out. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the webinar next Friday, November 6th. Hard to believe it's November already, but next Friday, November 6th, we're going to do the webinar. And then immediately after the webinar, we're going to drop the ebook. And we're going to drop the ebook. It's 10 chapters, very consumable. We're going to drop the ebook first to all of the people who attended the webinar, and then we're going to put it out to the public after that. After we send it out to people who attended the webinar. So make sure you register. It's lawnbot.biz/ebook. Lawnbot.biz/ebook. That's lawnbot, like robot.biz/ebook. Not going to want to miss it. Next week, Friday. Going to be a great time. I'm super pumped about it. It's our first webinar we're trying out like this with Google Meet. So with that, thanks for tuning in to Lawnbot Live today. We're working hard, launching a lot of bots right now. Lots of people in build-out mode, getting ready to go live here, get the kinks out, right? Get it connected to the website, go live for 2021 and dominate. So we'll see you next week, Friday, for Lawnbot Live. Actually, Lawnbot Live // 2021 marketing webinar. So make sure you register for that. We'll see everybody then. And until then, Kendall with Lawnbot signing off.